ahead and jump into this. I am very nervous. Well, let's get into it. Okay. We are now reacting to the Witch Queen.
Welcome, Guardians.
I just lost my camera. Tremendous. Hang on.
This year we're celebrating our journey with you. Whether you joined us 30 years ago or if it just started today. This game is in our blood. The Destiny team is full of Destiny fans. Folks who came here because Destiny was their favorite hobby. Folks who log out from work in the evening and log in to play with their clan.
The team we have today is committed to relentlessly upgrading this game that we all love. We aren't happy with just another mission. Instead, we want to push the limit of quality you can expect in an action MMO with uniquely Destiny experiences like Expunge and Presage. We are committed to delivering the best mission content that you can play in any game with a friend and having the best feeling action game, period.
And this shows through in the passion that we see for Destiny 2. Since we declared independence 2 years ago, the Destiny community has grown by over 20 million new players. Wow. And it continues to grow faster than we ever could have predicted.
Guardians. That's awesome.
We're grateful to be a part of this amazing growing community that you all have created. You represent Destiny. You help make it better every year, and you are so welcoming and supportive of every new Guardian that sets foot in the tower.
And only a handful of us are going to be up here today. Most of them are in their homes, at their desks, working hard to bring the next part of Destiny to life. It's a huge honor representing such an incredible team and introducing the next chapter of Destiny 2. So, without further ado, this is the Witch Queen.
I'm in danger. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, the Titan.
Truth is a funny thing. Does it live in the world or in the mind?
Like those darkness plants.
Is it constant or can it be bent?
Ooh.
Who decides what is true in this universe of light and dark?
Whoa.
There is no greater power. Tell me, little lights. What is your truth now?
Oh, that's not good. That's not good. This is not good. This is not good. This is not good. No. Oh no. No! No! Oh, miss you, Pat. We're dead.
Oh my God, James.
We're in big trouble.
Is serious. I think she's the most dangerous villain we faced yet.
7 years we've been building up to this moment, and she is finally stepping into the spotlight and showing us who she really is. What we know about light and darkness is proving to be way more complex than what we previously thought. There are so many lies, truths, and revelations that we're going to get to in the Witch Queen and the year leading up to it. I mean, we're paying off these narrative threads that go all the way back to Destiny's origins, and we're supporting it with the best content that Destiny has to offer.
Definitely, and we've got a lot of awesome content to show today. Let's start with the most mysterious destination yet.
Savathun's throne world. This is an uncharted wonderland of secrets and lies.
Wonderland?
It's this place that she's created in her own image, this surreal and majestic, light-blessed world. She has this castle that she rules from. It overlooks this dark, swampy underbelly with this lone pyramid ship out there. It's the future world she wanted to create, built atop the darkness that she left behind.
And throne worlds, they're a deep part of Destiny lore. Powerful entities create these pocket universes, and when we're there, we have to play by their rules.
But now,
like the Dreaming
our
City.
own light powers are being used against us.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, she has this whole army of Hive that she's ascended to the light and brought along with her. These are the Hive Guardians, and they are the backbone of her new army.
Oh, we're
We've
so
talked
dead.
a lot. Let's show a little. Let's take the first ever look at the Witch Queen gameplay.
Savathun, the Witch Queen. Hive god of cunning and lies. After the death of her brother Oryx, Savathun went into hiding. Not out of fear, of course, but out of strategy.
Oh, I'm gonna love this. I'm gonna love this.
In her greatest trick yet, stealing our most sacred resource.
Yeah, this is bogus. So now that forces us to use the darkness against it.
The one thing we thought she could never touch. The light.
That's terrifying. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. What? A pole arm? Right in the dick. Okay, are we bad? Are we the bad guys now? Are we? Are we the baddies?
I cannot wait just to reach out and just crush a Hive Ghost in my hand.
Yeah, I mean, we've been defined by the light for so long. This is uncharted territory for us. I mean, we're in strange new places. Like, the throne world, it's haunting, but it's gorgeous.
It's beautiful. There's a lot to love. There's a few things we saw in the trailer that we haven't talked about yet.
Savathun
just
and
a few.
her Lucent Brood. This is the biggest threat Guardians have faced yet, so we need to find new weapons to match their power. The Glaive. I love this thing. It's brutal and elegant. It's this new energy weapon with melee abilities, mid-range projectiles, and defensive capabilities. It's our first ever first-person melee weapon, and it is such an awesome tool for the battlefield.
That's awesome. Whoa.
The Glaive feels so good. Just jump in and unleash these brutal melee combos and transition right to an energy blast. It's really powerful and has a lot of utility.
So,
Damascus
we've told you
steel.
about what the Glaive can
Wood
do.
grain.
Now let's talk about how you're going to get your hands on one. These weapons don't come out of chests at the end of missions, and you're not going to find one roaming around the throne world. Your first Glaive is not going to be found. It's going to be built.
Yes, weapon crafting is coming to Destiny 2.
What?
Now, chasing weapons has been an integral part of the Destiny Pursuit game since the beginning. And over the years, we've added more deterministic paths to get the roles that you want undone. Think things like Umbral Engrams and the Raid Chest.
Yeah.
Weapon crafting unlocks the freedom to choose all that and more.
Okay,
It
what?
gives us ultimate control over the guns. Now, this is a combat-focused crafting and progression system. That means
like
the
Legos.
more you use these weapons, the more objectives you complete with them, the more you'll level them up, and the more powerful they grow over time. And at launch,
love
here's the
this.
awesome thing. You'll be able to craft all Throne World weapons, new raid weapons, and the seasonal weapons. There's just a ton of
Dude,
stuff to
the
do in this system.
alchemy
And the
and
Witch Queen
elemental
is just
stuff
the
they're getting
beginning of
into.
weapon crafting. We have plans to add more craftable weapons, both legacy and new, throughout the year.
Craftable legacy
We've
weapons.
seen and we've talked about a lot of really cool features, but let's get
This
right into
is
the meat
what
of it. Let's
everybody
talk about
wanted.
the Witch Queen campaign.
I love campaigns. They've
She looks
always been a
terrifying.
cornerstone of the Destiny experience. They're rich, deep stories interwoven with big combat sequences and memorable characters. They take us to remote worlds in our ever-changing universe.
gosh.
And so we're putting extra care into the campaign for the Witch Queen. We want you to feel those goosebumps when you
Yes.
step onto the throne world for the first time
Yes.
and come face to face with Hive Guardians.
Oh my gosh, that's terrifying.
And every one of the missions has its own unique fantasy. Like What does it feel like to storm a castle
gonna
or just
die
go
a lot.
straight into the depths of hell?
If you like games with standalone campaigns like Doom, Titanfall 2, God of War, and Halo, then The Witch Queen is for you.
Hey, thanks, DJ. Thanks for following.
So, in addition to our classic normal mode, Legendary is our tougher, aspirational version of the campaign, where the enemies hit harder and respawning is heavily restricted. So every battle is a gut punch. Every boss is a worthy adversary. It's gonna hurt. You might tap out, but if you persist and you get to the end, your time will be well rewarded.
Whether you want to play solo or with a fire team, the difficulty will scale based on how many people you bring. Before we go, one last trip down memory lane.
So brutal.
I remember camping out the Predator for Destiny 1 because I just had to have the Ghost. To me, it was like the symbol of Destiny. And if you care about that stuff like me, you're going to want to get your hands on the Collector's Edition because you're going to get a Hive buddy to go up on the shelf with it.
Oh, why do they do me like that? What? I'm sorry, what? Oh, with the... What sort of alchemy am I going to be letting into my home? So sick. Was it theremin?
Wow, that was so cool. I'm so excited for this one.
What?
And that's not even everything that's in
dials
it.
to
those are
just
the
the intensity
and they're,
of the
I think,
glow.
one of the best ones that we've ever done. Collector's editions have always been like this really perfect jumping point to enter the worlds that we build, and actually lifting like in-world objects and putting them in players' hands is it's just a good feeling.
We don't just put random items. Everything in there means something, and it helps push the narrative. And there might be some puzzles to unlock in there as well.
They said puzzle.
So at this point, you can see Savathun has been one of our greatest friends.
This is a complete
operating
surprise.
behind the scenes
This
for
is
years.
amazing.
You may have heard of her brother, the Taken King, but Savathun is the most dangerous being we've ever faced. She's cunning, elusive, she works in the shadows, so in a way, Savathun is new to all of us.
Exactly, and now it's time to finally see this legend reveal herself and change the Destiny universe forever.
But when we talk about the overarching story of Destiny, we don't just mean the plot lines or characters that feature release to release.
Narrative is a guiding force in Destiny, and we're calling on its rich history of world building, bringing that to the forefront and growing it in a bold new direction. So when you join the game today, you'll experience an immediate call to action alongside millions of your fellow Guardians.
During this past year, we watched the results of your actions play out across Destiny's seasonal releases. You've redeemed old foes, brought former enemies to the bargaining table, learned that there's always more than one side to every story, and built alliances no one ever thought possible.
And on the largest scale, you'll experience a vast, living, interconnected world of stories that's striving to a greater end.
We need you, Guardian.
You'll experience this alongside a massive community of Guardians, release after release, together. This is our universe's cosmic purpose. This 10-year journey we've been on since Destiny 1, it's drawing to its dramatic conclusion. The Light and Darkness saga will end. But make no mistake, Destiny 2 will not. We're building not so much to an ending, but more to this transformative moment for Destiny 2's future.
Last year, we announced the Witch Queen and the following expansion, Lightfall.
And now we're excited to announce the release after Lightfall, the final chapter in the Light and Darkness saga, Destiny 2, the final shape. It's going to be one wild, continuous ride.
Yes, and that ride starts with Season of the Lost. Not only is it the prologue to the Witch Queen, it's your first opportunity to interact with Savathun. But rather than spoil it for you, why don't we take a look?
If we are to survive the coming storm, the tower and the dreaming city must stand united.
Lord of the Rings.
We are surrounded. A ring of spears pointing inward from the edges of our system. The Witch Queen is no less dangerous now than she has ever been. We must uncover whatever secrets she knows with the time that we have. Light the pathways of the Ascendant Plane and guide my people back to me.
Now, is that just going to be the Eye of Riven thing?
Force at work in this plane, Guardian.
All right, that's the EDZ. It's a tetrahedron path. Also, yes, it's a triangle.
Your knack for violence is needed.
Is that? What the heck is that? Baby. The big tungus. Arbalest plus Graviton Lance. That's exactly what it looked like. Is that a side scroller?
Perhaps
Petra
with them,
and the
I can save us all.
Osiris. Osiris, when he saw the tower get invaded, he was like, I gotta go talk to somebody real quick.
Seasons have gone through massive transformations since Shadowkeep. We're dedicated to creating an evolving, interconnected world that puts your Guardian at the center of the action.
Weaving
We're
the light
reaching
in the
the end of
darkness,
one
it's
journey
crazy.
and the beginning of another.
The days of Destiny's biggest story moments happening in lore pages is long gone. I mean, Mara's return has been hinted at forever, and now it's happening in a season. One of the changes I'm most excited about are the updates to the light subclasses every season in Year 5 of Destiny 2. We're adding aspects and fragments similar to Stasis. We'll be starting with the Void subclass update that goes live alongside the Witch Queen. But the Witch Queen is only the beginning of what's to come, and Season of the Lost is the prologue to that story. It starts off with Marasov's return to the Dreaming City, and with her return, all the awoken technology comes alive.
Oh.
But the Hive God of War, Xivu Arath, has reemerged and has Guardians and Mara in her sights. Guardians must forge a path through the Ascendant Plane to save Mara's lost coven of witches before Xivu Arath can reach them. And to aid you in this task, you'll have the Wayfinder's compass.
The time is at hand. The beacon is shining bright and the ley lines are set in place.
It's an ancient awoken artifact that gives the wielder the power to uncover pathways, secrets, and treasures within the Ascendant Plane.
There's a plethora of new weapons coming, including a suite of legendary stasis guns that will stop your enemies cold.
Stop them cold?
The armor makes you feel like you're a member of Queen Mara's court.
And no season is complete without new exotics, and Season of the Lost features one once intended for Uldren. Let's take a moment to talk about Trials. So Trials of Osiris is the in-game aspirational PvP activity and more popular than ever. Two of the biggest asks from our community have been adding anti-cheat and adding matchmaking. In Season of the Lost, we're doing both.
We've partnered with BattleEye to soft launch the anti-cheat software when
Super
Trials goes live on September 10th. Also, you'll be able to matchmake with groups of players to form fire teams or solo queue by yourself. And we've remixed how rewards are distributed to give all players the opportunity to earn some of the best weapons and coolest armor in the game.
That's right. We're shifting away from winning matches as a primary way to earn loot, and instead, winning individual rounds and completing matches will allow you to earn some rewards. But Going Flawless hasn't changed. So if you want to flex those PvP skills, the Flawless Chest will still be the only place to earn Adept Trials weapons and unique cosmetics.
Okay.
All right, so the next chapter in Destiny begins right after this stream with Season of the Lost. Return to the Dreaming City with Marasov and learn the mystic art of wayfinding.
I'm so excited crossplay is going live today.
And today is your first opportunity to jump into Destiny with friends on any platform from all over the world, playing together.
Bungie is freaking out about console players running into PC cheaters. Yeah, exactly. They knew they had to fix that first. 30th anniversary event. Yep. Oh. Oh, my heart. Oh, I got chills. I'm not ready for this. Oh my gosh.
It's my first vlog. It's my first team.
John, you just wanted to see me cry on stream.
prides itself on taking care of its employees and their significant others and their communities and those who are in need. It's pretty devastating as we look at the racism in America, and our intention is to do better and to leave the world in a better place. We want to be a part of that social change. Fuck racism.
We don't just stop with the games that we make, but we really utilize the successes that we've seen to be able to give back in an even greater capacity that spans beyond just the gaming industry.
Bungie Foundation, thank you.
Wow.
Pressing button.
We're live! Destiny servers are live. This adventure has begun. It's awesome to have you here.
Oh my gosh. Cosplay. So good. It was so cool to see their perspective of them turning the servers on. Oh my gosh. And then to have them immediately jump.
My social life, and I can't wait.
Oh my gosh. Yep. Oh, Master Chief.
All right, Guardian. Time to kick him where it hurts.
They're doing some interesting things here. Anna Bay, what's good, girl? Oh yeah, they're doing some very interesting things here. Oh my gosh. There it is. They're doing it justice. This is wow.
This is great.
This is.
Anyone want a hug? Hugs? No? No hugs.
He straight up said, "Fuck racism." I love that.
How do you follow that? Well,
how do you follow that?
30 years, and I remember when Halo first launched, and my friends and I completed the entire campaign in a single epic play session, and as the credits rolled, I knew that Bungie had transformed console gaming forever, and that I would be a lifelong fan.
Yes.
Yeah, it changed how we played games too. I remember getting together with friends for Halo weekend LAN parties. We had so much fun. And 30 years of Bungie games is something special. It's something worth celebrating together. So we're going to have a party in Destiny 2.
What?
Starting this December, we are launching the Bungie 30th Anniversary Celebration in Destiny 2. Free for all players, the 30th Anniversary Celebration will offer a new 6-player matchmade activity, secrets to unravel, and rewards that commemorate our long and storied history together.
Yes! And that's just the beginning. In addition to the free event, players can also purchase the Bungie 30th Anniversary Pack.
Yep.
That includes a new treasure-themed 3-player dungeon set on the Cosmodrome within the fabled Loot Cave. Players will plunder its depths to discover an exciting new Thorm-inspired armor set and fan-favorite Destiny 1 weapons like Izaluna and Thousand Yard Stare. It even has the Claymore sword from Myth.
Purchasing the pack unlocks a range of awesome Bungie-themed armor ornaments and cosmetics to collect, including ornament sets inspired by the Bungie 30th Anniversary Celebration and Marathon. But the dungeon holds one more secret. The crown jewel of its weaponry is a Destiny 1 classic. Gallahorn is making its long-awaited debut in Destiny 2.
We're going to take its iconic status to the next level. Galley has been carefully updated for the Destiny 2 sandbox.
So, this December, join your friends and collect exclusive rewards during the Bungie 30th Anniversary Celebration.
But the party isn't only happening in Destiny 2. We've partnered with Nerf Limited to create a functional, dart-firing Gallahorn. We'll have more on that soon.
And that's not all. Here's a look at some of the incredible loot we've made over the years and a sneak peek of what's coming up.
This is incredible.
Wow, Lorraine, I can't believe we're celebrating Bungie's 30th anniversary.
30 years.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, think of all the games and products that have come out over these years.
Yeah, starting Operation Desert Storm, Pathways into Darkness, Marathon, Myth, Oni, Halo.
Okay, what was that?
Destiny. 7 years of Destiny.
I played that.
It's an amazing journey.
so excited. You know, we have a lot of really cool stuff coming up and a lot of other things in the works, of course, as always. But I mean, what do we have? We have the Fallen Captain statue, which is incredible.
And then we have the helmet, the Celestial Nighthawk
That thing
helmet.
is so cool.
Yeah. And my favorite, the Arcadia jump ship.
Yeah, I get goosebumps just thinking about that. You know, it really gives me that nostalgia from Destiny 1. And so I think it's a great way we're going to celebrate not only Bungie's 30-year heritage, but the 7-year heritage of Destiny.
Yeah.
And it definitely gives you the feels.
Okay, so then the cinematography aspect of this is really awesome. And then everything they're showing as well. Holy crap.
Thank you for being on this journey with us, whether it started this year or 30 years ago.
We've just started talking about the Witch Queen today.
Yeah.
You've got our first peek at weapon crafting, our definitively Destiny campaign, the Glaive, and a year full of updates to all our light-based subclasses. All
I feel
of this
like I'm
and
getting
more
Destiny
is coming
free
alongside Savathun's long-awaited arrival, front and center to the Destiny universe.
I feel like
the Witch
Destiny
Queen
2
marks
just
an
changed.
acceleration in our story, heading toward the conclusion of the Light and Dark saga, and we're so excited for everyone to join us on this epic adventure in the Witch Queen, Lightfall, the final shape, and beyond.
And the Witch Queen's going to kick off another amazing year of Destiny with 4 great seasons packed with all of the narrative, events, and rewards that you've come to expect from us. But there's even more coming next year than just our new seasons. The deluxe edition of the Witch Queen will also include 2 brand new dungeons to be released in 2022. And we're also going to be remastering another classic Destiny 1 raid and releasing it free for all players.
This means going forward, starting this December with our 30th anniversary event, there will be a new piece of raid or dungeon content in the game every 3 months.
What?
In 2022, we will also be adding legacy rotations for raids and dungeons.
What?
Meaning every week, there will be
Age of
new ways
Triumph.
to earn rewards in both the latest and greatest content and raids and dungeons from the past.
Oh my
If you love
gosh.
amazing in-game content, we want to prove that no other game offers more quality and more variety than Destiny 2.
Oh,
We hope that you've enjoyed a look into the future of Destiny 2. Witch Queen pre-orders are available wherever you play Destiny. Crossplay is live on all devices, and Season of the Lost kicks off today. See you in game.
They did the thing. They said the thing. We'll see you in game. Oh, wow.
Truth is a funny thing.
There's a lot of symbolism going on in
Who
there.
decides what is true?
Oh my gosh.
Tell me, little light. What is your truth now?
The Witch Queen is no less dangerous now than she has ever been. Prepare for what is inevitably to come.
Yeah, I've got chills. I got chills. That. Well, thanks for joining. All right, I'm going to pause it there. Wow. Interesting that both Savathun and Elsie call us a little light. Yeah, and then Elsie called the ghost Little Light even after it said, I don't want to be called Little Light, which sounds like an interesting narrative choice. Okay, wow, there's so much stuff to unpack there. Just real quick. Gosh, they hit us with so much content all at once. What was the raid after Vault of Glass? Crota's End, right? Read your text. Oh, I had my stuff muted, John. Sorry. I had alerts hidden. All right, let's see. I'm gonna turn on some music real quick in the background so we're not listening to nothing. Okay, so I had that thought as soon as they said it. There was a time where I was at Guardian Con, and I had a chance to talk to the devs, like directly. They had like a open mic kind of situation. And somebody had gone up and said something about weapons that they liked from Destiny 1, like there was the ability to, or I think they said that they just felt more attached to their weapons in Destiny 1 rather than Destiny 2. Because in Destiny 1, you had to spend time with it to level it up, you had to use it, and there was that feeling that, and when they said that, it's what I felt. There was that feeling of ownership with progression whenever you invest time into a weapon, leveling it up, unlocking more perks, and then when you finally unlock it, you have the weapon, and it's like, okay, it might have unlocked a new feat. Yeah, actually, I think with the raid weapons, it unlocked the feature of like does more damage to Elixir and stuff. So there was that pride of ownership whenever you would unlock a new weapon. There would be, even if it was a blue or if it was a purple you didn't want, you would use it to level it up so you could get XP for yourself, because that was also the only way to gain XP in Destiny 1 for a while, not bounties and stuff. So I got up and I said some things like, it's the importance, I think the question was, what's the most impactful thing to you in Destiny, or what's some feedback? I think it was feedback is what they were asking for. And I said, you know, the importance of visual storytelling on the lore. Hiding the lore and lore tabs is not what gets people excited about Destiny. It's what I was excited about is I did like going and reading those lore cards, but the thing I was most excited about was telling my friends about it after I discovered something awesome. And we'd have that mutual revelation of like, oh my gosh, and then, you know, the creative minds would hear that and think of, you know, new conspiracy theories to think about. But at the end of the day, it was about the investment in the campaigns, going through Destiny 1 and taking you to Oryx, those campaign missions where you saw the shade of Oryx, and then you fought Oryx on the Dreadnought. Whenever you were in the raid and you saw Oryx in his throne world and saw how huge he was, that meant way more because you had followed Oryx's storyline rather than just, you know, you happen to watch a YouTube content creator make a summary video on war cards. So I said that. And then right afterwards about the weapons, I said there was an ownership that I felt with Destiny, where you would spend time with the weapons. Destiny 1, you would spend time with the weapons to upgrade them, and that provided a emphasis on ownership and the way it felt to use those weapons. And I was telling that to the Bungie devs right to their face, and I saw a look on a couple of their faces that was like, oh, he said the thing. We're thinking about that. And their response was very much like, okay, so it was a really good question, but we can't talk about any of that right now, just stay tuned. And that was their attitude and their response, which I think was kind of interesting. I didn't think much of it at the time. That was what, let's see from here. It was like 2-ish years ago, two or 3 years ago, I think. But man, it's so crazy. Like, I'm no way claiming that I was the person that gave them that idea, because they very much already had that idea before I said it. But there was a moment of like, you're picking up what we're putting down, that's the direction we're going in. I feel like this is a metamorphosis, the same way that we evolved to use the darkness. I feel like Destiny as a franchise and as an entity, Bungie, is evolving. Scarmato has the opportunity to not get Galley in a different Destiny game. Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta play to play. You gotta play to play. That's what I said. But you have to play the game to get the loot. I mean, it is what it is. The way she goes. It's the way of the road. So yeah, I mean, that was. It's crazy that you were there. Oh, Jim is texting now. It's crazy that you were there. You and Pat were both there, but they announced that it sounds exactly like what I said I liked, and they were like, "Yeah, well, let's give that guy specifically what he wants." And I'm really glad they did that. I feel so seen. Yeah, no, I know they didn't do it because of me, but seeing something that I specifically asked for, and the devs were like, "Yeah, cool, that's great. Thanks for talking to us," and it was more for me than it was for them, if anything. And then to see that specifically show up in the game, That's going to be really awesome. I mean, it sounds like they're changing the two big things that jumped out to me whenever I noticed it in the trailer was, the first thing is that they are reprioritizing campaign missions. Back when there were content droughts in Destiny 2, I wanted to go back to Destiny 1 and play the content in Destiny 1, the missions from Destiny 1, because that's where you learn more about the characters, you learn more about the world that we inhabit in Destiny 2, and you learn more about the gravity of how much danger we're in given enemies, when in front of certain enemies or facing certain threats. You lose that sense of place whenever you cut out those story missions, and it's just like, all right, go to the tower, grab this thing from this vendor, start this mission, you get a new weapon, you get new armor, and this season is about powering up Rasputin to kill the Almighty. That's a very simple premise that takes a very short period of time to talk about. Builds a lot of tension, does a really good job at that, and during that time in the season, it was really well done. But I stopped playing. That was the only time in Destiny 2, actually Destiny history, that I kind of stopped playing during a season because I got overwhelmed. There was a lot of Warmind Cell mods that I missed out on that I had to collect later because I just didn't have the desire to grind anything from that season, because we at that time had just got done with the Solstice of Heroes, where we were grinding for Heir Apparent, I want to say. And that just completely took it out of me. I think it was 2 back-to-back things. It was an event, it was the Solstice of Heroes with the European Aerial Zone, and then it was right into the Guardian games, which is, I think that's exactly what did it for me. It was grinding the Solstice of Heroes stuff and the sky, whatever, the skybox of the EDZ, European Aerial Zone is what it was. Grinding that, and then immediately going and grinding Heir Apparent in Guardian games. I was just burned out. So yeah, I mean, that environment creates burnout. And they said it in the game, or in the trailer, we all play this game after putting in a full day of work. So at the end of the day, we're all mentally exhausted, and I want to be stimulated. I don't want to grind. And a campaign and the narrative is how you do that. That's how you cement ownership to a franchise, is that constant investment, time investment. Is it worth my time to do this stuff? So if you look at the decisions they're making, I said the first thing was a refocus on campaign content. Second thing is a refocusing on the weapons. I know they redid a bunch of the weapons and like fusion rifle rework, all that kind of stuff. Being able to target grind for weapons takes it makes my time as valuable as it can be, whereas opposed to grinding out 30 different playlist activities for a seasonal ritual weapon. Yeah, I'm glad you agree, John. I mean, they are taking our time and prioritizing it higher than everything else is what they're doing. They want to give us the most amount of story. They want to give us the most amount of buy-in. They want to give us immersive weapons and armor. And they're giving us a way to obtain those things through content that we want to play, from what it sounds like. Now, this conversation might not age well, and it could flop, but I will play it anyway because of how much they're investing in us. Something that just hit me, they didn't have to say thank you in this Witch Queen reveal. They could have just gotten us hyped in a very corporate way and said, you've never experienced a story like this before. And we all have, we know what it is. But the hype that Bungie created by investing in their community, that's what those strong bonds of that keep me coming back to Destiny, that's what that is. It's the bonds of friendship, and it's the buy-in that I have from experiencing this rich and immersive world with my friends. They're turning the loot cave into a fucking dungeon. They know exactly how to appeal to their longtime players. John, that's exactly how I feel. It's like they refocused after this narrative section. And I know that they had to do a lot of exposition to get us to where we're at today, right? It wouldn't be right to say that this is a standalone win. They won here because of the season before Arrivals. What was it? The season where we so back to the Rasputin, season of the Warmind, through season of Arrivals, where the pyramid ships were there, and we started seeing pyramid ships in the skyboxes of different planets. You guys remember how terrifying that was? I know for a fact, me personally, I felt like combined with the music themes, like the regular themes they had for each planet, they warped those by the darkness themes. So the way that they did it was totally immersive with the visuals, the audio, the storytelling, the narrative storytelling of visual storytelling, and just placing those pyramid ships in the skybox. If you knew what was going on, that was really terrifying. And if you didn't know what was going on, it made you want to know what was going on. And this is the payoff. Exactly, John. This is exactly the payoff from what they set up back then. This is like, it's like the Golden Boys with Kenny Omega. They set this up over years and years and years. So whenever they hint at touching that storyline again, everybody's like, no, hang on, wait, what? What are you doing? Yeah, I mean, this is the payoff, and they could have said it like, hey guys, this is the moment that we've crafted for you. Go and enjoy the story or whatever. You know, that could have been the bullet point version of what they were trying to communicate, but instead they doubled down on the narrative, and they tripled down on their player base is what they did. They gave us anti-cheat. I know it's been a long time coming, but hey, at least we have it now. We have crossplay, which is live today. And if you haven't logged into Destiny yet, whatever device you log in from first sets your name permanently until they create a way to fix it. So don't log in until you know what your name is going to be for the next foreseeable future. But it looks like it was worth it. It looks exactly right. It looks exactly like it's worth it. So yeah, man. Okay, so quick bullet point recap just from the things that I can remember, and add in the comments things that I forget. But Gallarhorn is returning. That's going to be insane. I know that they're going to do the same thing that they gave Whisper of the Worm. They made it crazy overpowered. They made it its original form. It made people freak out. And then when it had its time in the sun, they were like, okay, you guys had a chance to play with that. Now we're going to sunset it, essentially. They don't sunset it, but they took freaking White Nail away. They took the main perk of the gun away, essentially. So I know that they're probably going to do that with Gallarhorn. I hope that they err on the side of that rather than err on the side of shipping it weak, like they did with Mythiclast. Or if they do that, we've seen them with Mythiclast. That's another thing. We've seen them with Mythiclast release it for a season. They didn't want it to be busted, and they wanted ownership to increase, and then they buffed it the next season. They're either going to ship it weak and then buff it next season, or they're going to ship it strong and cut the knees out from under it. The first one is a much more sustainable model, and I hope that that's what they do with Gallarhorn. Ice Luna and Thousand Yard Stairs coming back too. I got No Land Beyond vibes from that one exotic that DJ said was Arbalest and Graviton Lance. The Glaive. I'm super stoked about the Glaive. I wish they would have called it a polearm, because a Glaive is not that. A Glaive is like, it's two blades that you hold in the middle like Thanos had. That's a Glaive, but whatever. I don't want to be that actually guy, so I'm just happy I get a cool looking weapon that looks like that. I can't wait for you to get an Ice Luna from a non-difficult playlist activity, John. Getting it from I think you got your Ice Luna from Sparrow Racing, didn't you? It's one of my favorite stories. Glaive absolutely looks awesome. The button combinations that you do to do melee attacks and do the energy blast, man, it just looks so cool. I know. Oh, thank you. I always try and avoid to chime in with the yelling masses. I want to sound like Jim after the Spider-Man trailer. Hey, you know what? it. It is what it is. It's the way she goes. It's the way of the road, brother. Yeah, so I mean, man, I'm just really happy. This is crazy. This is a treat as a Destiny player. This is the game that I've invested so much time in, thanking me for investing time in it, and also saying we're going to continue to honor your time investment with even more impactful methods to loot, time with your friends, 3-man activities, 6-man activities, and by the way, all the stuff that you love about Destiny 1, we're bringing that back as well. I think that's it. I think we're going to end the stream there. I'm going to try and log in on Destiny 2. If I can make it in, you'll see me back. Eyes up, Guardian.